Terrible stores are making more profit than you. And it's not because they spend more money on ads, make better quality products, or have better customer service. It's because they know how to acquire new customers for less and make more money from these same customers. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it so you can do the same thing for your store. There are three main reasons that e-commerce stores have low profit. Firstly, they keep running ads to scale. If they hit a plateau, they think the best way to get out of it is to spend more money on ads. Their customer acquisition cost is extremely high, and their customer lifetime value is extremely low. And the thing is, all these three issues are linked. The problem with relying solely on ads is to attract new customers, you need to invest more money, which results in a high acquisition cost. You then also neglect your current customer base, which results in less customer loyalty and a lower lifetime value. By just focusing on spending money on ads, you get stuck in this loop of just constantly trying to acquire new customers instead of focusing on your existing customer base. The solution to this is email marketing. Email marketing is the #1 tool for mitigating the effects of the issues I mentioned earlier. You'll be able to reduce your customer acquisition costs by converting more traffic into customers. That means you'll be spending the same money on ads, but you'll have more customers as a result. So naturally, your customer acquisition cost decreases and you make more profit. Good email marketing will also help you retain more customers and encourage repeat purchases. This will help you make more sales from your existing customer base without having to spend more money on ads. So you've then also increased the lifetime value of your customers and become more profitable. Let's run through a few examples. Now let's look at a few examples of stores that were able to significantly improve their profitability by introducing email marketing. So these stores were sitting at a certain level which was considered good. They had next to no email marketing strategy, and they were able to break plateaus by introducing high-level email marketing. So they didn't have to go and spend a shit ton more money on ads. They didn't have to go find new channels to market to, and they didn't have to do any other crazy gimmicks or anything really to improve their revenue aside from introduce email marketing. So there's 4 examples here, and I'm going to run you through them. So the first one, this is a 4x4 accessory company. So they sell car parts to different people who like off-roading or driving their cars and their utes off-road. So they were doing $150,000 a month in revenue earlier in the year in January. This was a solid month for them. I mean, it was down a little bit on some sales that they'd done, obviously, at the back end of the year, like Black Friday and stuff, but this is kind of where they were floating around. And without having to increase their ad spend, or, they might have scaled it a little bit, but they hardly increased their ad spend, they were able to add $80,000 through email marketing only a few months later. So in January, they were doing $156,000 in revenue. By May, or the period between, the start of May to the start of June, they did $213,000 in revenue, which was a 31% increase, with $80,000 now coming from email marketing. So you can see they're now generating an extra $80,000. To do that through ads, you would need to spend $20,000 to $30,000 on ad spend to bring in an extra $80,000 on revenue, depending on your ROAS. So they were able to break that plateau that they were sitting at just by introducing high-level email marketing and focusing on their current customer base. For this store in particular, the biggest needle mover was introducing the email flows. Being able to contact their customers at relevant points in the customer journey was massive for improving their revenue and increasing sales from the same portion of people they were already capturing. Not only that, but by implementing a good pop-up form, they were able to capture the emails from the traffic they were already getting by running ads. Let's look at another example here. This is a fashion brand. So I'm going to show you different industries so you can see how it works across different industries and not just for one industry or one type of store in particular. So this fashion brand did $140,000 in the period of September, October. So this is no, crazy month, no sales. They were just doing 140 grand. Good, modest effort, but no money coming from email whatsoever. Fast forward to April, and in the period of April 2024, they did $270,000 from email. Now, they were launching new products. There was a lot going on in the brand, but that is a massive contrast, $138,000 to $399,000 in revenue. A big correlation here, email revenue went from 0 to $270K. So they were focusing on building loyalty and nurturing their existing customer base so they could sell them more products and get them excited for upcoming launches. Now, if you zoom out and look at this on a 6-month period, they did just over $1 million in sales, with $540,000 of that coming from email marketing. So now, just shy of 50% of their revenue was coming from high-level email marketing. Compare this to a fashion store who is not doing email marketing, which was essentially them in the period of September. You have no email marketing, you're not nurturing your current customer base, you're not providing them any value, that you're not giving them any more reason to engage, and you're not giving them any more reason to come back and buy from your store. On top of that, you're getting a certain amount of traffic from your ad spend. They're not collecting any email addresses. They're not trying to market to these people who are not buying from their store straight away. You can see the contrast here. This fashion brand could have easily been staying around this $140,000 mark. Maybe with some effort, they would be able to get to $200,000. But by pumping in some email marketing and doing this at a really high level, they were able to get to $400,000 in revenue, or just over $1 million in a 6-month period, with 50% of that coming from their email marketing. A third example here, a menswear brand. We don't have any contrast because this is a brand new brand. This was their first ever month. They decided to have an email marketing centric focus on their launch, and they were able to do £100,000 or just shy of £100,000 from email marketing in their first ever month. Now, this store had a lot of traffic. It had a lot of hype. People wanted to buy into this brand before it was opening because of a strategy they'd done on social media. But if they'd simply not collected these emails, they would have been relying on social media to market to these people when they opened their store. Instead, in the lead up to the launch of the store, we focused on collecting as many emails as possible, engaging and nurturing these people before the launch of the store. So when it came to the launch of the store, they were able to do £140,000 in revenue in their first ever month, with £96,000 of that coming from email. Think about how many stores launch and they're just launching to no one. They're launching to people who are trying to follow them on Instagram. They're trying to launch over ads. Imagine launching to an email list that you've already built. You're going to make way more sales straight away. Now, I wanted to show you a final example of a smaller company here that's in a different niche entirely, supplements. So this isn't just something that works for brands that have massive email lists or who are spending tons of money on ads. This brand was doing $58,000 with $17,000 of that per month coming from email marketing. So 30% of a smaller brand's revenue is coming from email marketing. So, this brand's on track to do $700,000 in revenue over the year. And what's that? $240,000 of that is going to come from email marketing. Brands of all levels, in all industries, of all shapes and sizes should be focusing on email marketing. There is a massive opportunity to do this right. And straight away, it's going to make any business more profitable with the right strategy. E-commerce is a competitive market, and gone are the days of just being able to scale like stupid on ads. You can't just continuously pump money into Facebook and get infinite return, or pump money into TikTok ads and get infinite return. You have to focus on building a brand, nurturing your customers, and making more sales from the people who are actually interested and engaged with your brand. This is going to be the key to unlocking profitability, and let's dive into how these stores do exactly that. So how do all these stores use email marketing to achieve these results? The first thing they're doing is focusing on list growth. These stores know how to use engaging pop-up forms to collect more email addresses from their current traffic. This allows them to create more sales opportunities from the same amount of traffic. This means they're not increasing their ad spend, but they're collecting more emails, marketing to more people, and then making more sales. By putting an emphasis on your pop-up form, you'll be able to become more profitable without having to increase your ad spend. The second thing they're focusing on is having really strong email flows. Your email flows are going to be your revenue on autopilot. These are going to be automated touch points that hit customers exactly when they need to be in their customer journey. These are things like your welcome flow, your abandoned checkout, your abandoned carts flow, and your thank you flow. The thing is, good stores have anywhere between 8 to 10 or even 12 email flows firing at any given time. Think about if you had just one email flow versus if you had 10 email flows. Straight away, you're going to have a much more complete customer journey, and you're going to nurture more customers to the point where they're ready to buy. This is because when you have all 10 of these email flows, they're customized to each point of the customer journey. For example, when someone is active on your site, but they don't add products to cart, they're going to need a separate email flow to the people who begin checkout. We can tailor these email flows to suit exactly where that customer may be in their journey and help tackle the relevant objections. Then once a customer has purchased, they're enrolled in another host of email flows which are designed to retain them, upsell them, and increase their lifetime value. Having more high quality email flows is going to increase the amount of personalization you have with your customers, which is going to increase the likelihood of conversion. The third thing that these stores are focusing on is their email deliverability. Good deliverability essentially means that your emails are landing in the inbox as opposed to the promotions tab or the spam folder. The more that you can land in the inbox, the more people that are going to see your emails, the more sales that you're going to make. Stores do this by regularly cleaning their list and practicing good email list hygiene. You can do this by removing your bounced contacts, excluding people who mark your emails as spam, and even having flows like your sunset flow. If you have a cleaner list, you're sending to less unengaged users, which is improving your sender reputation, which will improve your email deliverability. The other simple thing you can do to improve your deliverability is focus on your segmentation. Majority of the time, you should just be sending to the engaged users on your email list. These are people who have opened an email, clicked an email, placed an order, or been active on your site within the last 90 to 120 days usually. If you have really bad deliverability, focus on narrowing this down to the last 30 days. If you have really high deliverability and really high open rates, you can probably expand this to people who have engaged in the last 180 days even. The fourth thing that these stores focus on is having really strong email campaigns. Good email campaigns are designed to build mass engagement with your email list. If you've heard of something called the mere exposure exposure effect, you know that it's the more that you interact with something, the more likely you are to favor that thing. Say you're someone who likes eating chocolate. If you see the brand Cadbury all the time versus the brand Lindt, for example, you're going to be way more likely to go and pick Cadbury when it comes time to buy some chocolate. Having really strong email campaigns that are designed to build engagement ensure that your brand is at the forefront of the customer's mind when they go to purchase. Not only this, but really strong and persuasive email campaigns that are crafted in line with a good strategy are going to help more people on your email list want to become purchasers. You can make more people on your list problem aware, which is going to make them much more likely to buy from you. Think about someone who has a dog, for example. Their dog's bed might be 10 years old and they might not necessarily see a problem with this, but they're on your email list because they subscribed to your pop-up form sometime in the past, or maybe they bought a dog toy from you. Now, if you start sending them some campaigns, educating them on the potential disadvantages of having a really old dog bed, all of a sudden they start thinking about the bed that their dog sleeps on. Now they've gone from someone who doesn't necessarily see an issue with having a really old dog bed to going, hang on, do I need to buy a new bed for my dog? You've essentially created a new potential customer. Strong campaigns will also highlight all the relevant deals, new products, new flash sales, whatever it may be. Highlighting exclusive offers in a strong, compelling way is going to make customers way more likely to purchase. Having really engaging campaigns that actually provide value to your customers is also going to make them way more loyal. If they're regularly opening and consuming the content from your email campaigns, they're going to be much more likely to choose you than a competitor. And those are just 4 reasons why terrible e-commerce stores are making more profit than you. They simply have really good email marketing strategies. This allows them to make more profit from the same amount of ad spend and even the same amount of customers. Now, apart from just knowing the reasons why other stores are doing better than you need to be able to plug the holes within your email marketing strategy. You can click here to watch exactly how I audit 7-figure Klaviyo accounts so you can identify the gaps in your own account. I'll see you in the next one.